Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Thursday night live stream, back at it again. Gosh, I look awful sitting like that. Maybe we'll go unzip. I don't know. Gosh, I looked terrible. I look like 1,000 pounds. My goodness. Anyway, hi. Hello there. Glad you guys are here. I had to fix it. It was looking a little rough. Everybody hear me okay? Curious. Yes, Sammy's here. Hello, Matt. Hello, Brian, Tammy, Adam, Brandon, Clifton, Joseph, Jason, Monica, Swanson here. Charles is here. Okay, great. Glad the audio is all right. Joe Bro. So I'm warming up with just a little bit of regular old Eagle Rare. So yeah, lighting's good. That's good to hear. I'm happy to hear that the lighting is good. Let me make sure my phone's silenced as well. And yeah, so we're gonna have a good conversation tonight about moving on to your next step when you are maybe an intermediate bourbon drinker. Hold on, let me adjust this a little bit so that it's less, in my face, because that's what you're here to see, right? I know I'm my hair's growing out, my beard's growing out. It's just I need to trim up a little bit. I really do. But anyway, so first things first, of course, new episode dropped yesterday. We did our single barrel episode to wrap up that little conversation that we had. Wife doesn't mind the beard, so that's nice. It's nice that she doesn't mind it. Gosh, look, it's all sticking out in the back. So anyway, so I hope you enjoyed that. Monday was Curtis's birthday, so we celebrated by doing a little special bonus episode for him, where he went up to the old liquor cabinet and picked out anything that he wanted. And what he chose might surprise you. And if you are on, if you're on Patreon, you're going to be getting a bonus episode, or that bonus episode rather. So definitely go and check that out. That is going to be coming out tomorrow. So hello, Chris, all the way from Australia. Charles, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Is it reaching baby mullet status in the back? Kind of a little bit. I don't know what to do about it because that's it looks better than a mullet does, I would say. But oh, is it Monica's birthday? Monica, I didn't know it was your birthday. Happy birthday. Cheers to you. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible friend. I wish I had known. I would have said something sooner. Anyway, let's see what else. Sorry, allergies have been bad today. Got a couple new little goodies in the whiskey house. Not really the whiskey house, but you know what I mean. An 07 and a 2010 Turkey 101. So pretty excited about that. They're just 200 mils, but I'm very excited to have them added to the collection. I'll be trying them probably on a stream soon or an episode. I'm not really entirely sure. But once I figure that out, of course, I'll let you know. All I am all party. You're right, Swan. That's not incorrect. Chris is over there opening that Wild Turkey 13. He's bringing me one this year too, which I am very excited about. Charles, I found them through the Bourbon Secondary Market on Facebook. I apologize that I'm moving this a little bit more. But guy had them up for sale. It's a pretty good price. Shipped them from Texas. So yeah, those are going to be drank soon, or at least tried. Oh, I have an idea for them. Swan, we'll talk later. Yes, thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Gosh, let's see what else. Oh, I know something. I talked about it a little bit on the episode this week, but I had a great time at Chad and Sarah's engagement party this past weekend. Adam was there, um, and we had a good time. Um, I don't know why I'm still holding my phone. I apologize. Um, we had a good time celebrating Chad and Sarah. We had a great time drinking really good bourbon. Adam actually came over to the bourbon room afterwards as well, so that was kind of an added treat, which was a lot of fun. I'm really happy that he got to come and check it out. We broke out some pours. He left behind some good things for Chad and Sarah and for me. Um, but yeah, Adam, hey man, I was just happy to be there. Um, yeah, I hated that Sarah got sick too, but she seems to be doing okay. She's in New York right now, so um, I'll probably see Chad and Sarah in the next couple of days. Unfortunately, though, Chad's sick right now too. Chad caught the flu, which super sucks. But you know what's going on? What's going on in the chat? Yeah, I was happy they got that Blanton silver too. That was a real cool thing to help make happen for them. So yes, yes, yes. I wish you all could have been there too. Really do wish you could have been here. Let me clean out the glass so I can move on to the first pour, which, if you're on Patreon, is Elijah Craig. So, again, the topic of the evening is going to be, excuse me, next steps in bourbon. And what I mean by that is, what is the next thing that you go to after you've kind of expended all of your resources as a fairly new bourbon drinker? So we're talking like your Heaven Hills, we're talking your Maker's Mark, your Woodford, uh, you know, Buffalo Trace to a degree, your Jim Beam white labels, and what's the next thing that you can reach for that would be a good way to expand your vocabulary as a bourbon drinker. So, wow, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof was on the or on the shelf the other day. That is awesome. Do I think Blanton straight from the barrel is worth 130? Yes, absolutely. Starting out with mellow corn, no. Yes, you do need another Elijah Craig Barrel Proof there, Clifton. So, anyway, Elijah Craig Small Batch, one of my favorite bourbons of all time, of course. Excuse me. And 94 proof. Of course, no longer age stated. That's okay. It is what it is. And as I've said many a time, this is kind of what I just imagine bourbon was supposed to taste like. And what I still think, I'm not going to put it there because then I can't see the comments. I'm going to go Perry. Nah, not really a Perry pour this time. It's about a normal pour. Yeah. Gotta take it a little easy. I gotta go. I gotta work out in the morning, so before work. So I don't want to go too bananas. But maybe I don't know if Ferry's gonna show up. But um, anyway, so let's talk about what it is that you do. So the kind of the steps of being a bourbon drinker. So you start out, of course, not really knowing what bourbon is. Then you have that first experience with it, whether it's somebody else has had it and you wanted to try it, and maybe you grew up with it around the house. Your friends and family were always drinking bourbon, and then you finally try it, and maybe it's not right for you that time. So you kind of step back a little bit. You try something else. Maybe your first try was Blanton's. Weren't crazy about it. Then you go maybe Jim Beam White Label, and you kind of work your way up to it. So as you've had some of those milestones, then you start to wonder what's next. And we all kind of were there, right? Bananas. What's the bananas for? There's always money in the banana stand. Yeah, Steven, me too. I'm actually kind of on the hunt for him right now. but YouTube was your gateway. Nice. Anyway, hello, Louie. Welcome in, friend. Good to see you. Um. Anyway, that's my phone's bugging me. So you've exhausted all of your resources. You tried everything you think you can, and you just want to move on to something new, something different. And Elijah Craig, I think, is really approachable for that kind of thing. So it's 94 proof. It's extremely soft and approachable, kind of delicate in its palate, with everything that bourbon should be offering, the caramels, the vanillas, and everything. And I actually kind of had this realization recently that Elijah Craig, as much as I say all the time that it has that, what did I say? Ginger, excuse me, snickerdoodle cookie. Um, I've found recently that it kind of has like a French vanilla ice cream flavor to it as well, and the mouthfeel is kind of similar to that too. But and I think that's why I like T.W. Samuel so much too, because that has a lot of the same qualities to it that Elijah Craig does, with a little bit higher proof. So and cheaper too. I mean, you can get a handle for $20, whereas you can get a 750 of this for 25, 26, whatever it is. I can't remember. It's been a while since I bought Elijah Craig. And as you can tell, I'm getting close to the end of that. So I'm going to have to buy a new one very soon. So, yes, thank you, Adam Snickerdoodle. Elijah Craig was probably in your first 10. Yes. Same here, I believe. Let me see what else. Elijah Craig really was kind of a turning point for me, too. Maybe you're drinking Elijah Craig wrong. You haven't noticed French vanilla. Nutmeg, I can see that, too. But yeah, I don't know what it is. I think that it's just kind of this really sweet, good quality to it that I'm finding French vanilla in. And I should try the Elijah Craig 12 from 97. I would love to, Joseph. I would absolutely love to do that sometime. But who's to say? The new Elijah Craig Sans age statement has gotten a little lighter and less vanilla. Interesting. I could see that. Brian Allred's here. Hello, Brian. Most people's gateway was Jim Beam White Label and Coke. That just is kind of synonymous. But yeah, Swan had that bottle of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof that was just too much for him. And he basically he gave it to me. And I loved it. It was great. It was a fantastic pour. Chris said I found the Elijah Craig 18 pre-fire before the 12 back in 2010. First trip to Kentucky and found there was more than just the 8 profiles we had in Oz. That's fair. Yeah. Elijah Craig 18 is a good pour. It's a good pour. I just have nothing bad to say about Elijah Craig kind of in general. Fairly cheap. Okay, we'll say affordable. Fairly affordable. Good proof. Not an age statement anymore, but that's okay. You know that it's still kind of 8 to 12 years in that that batch, that blend. So this would have been something that I would recommend somebody try as they are working their way up through 2 different kinds of bourbons. Another one, and this is for people who liked Makers, but maybe wanted a little bit more from it. And I was thinking about it, and you could easily go for Weller Special Reserve. And sure, this isn't one of the more readily available ones anymore, but I think that this is the one that is the better stair step from a Maker's mash bill, of course, as we did, to a higher proof mash bill. Mashville? Wow. That's where all the mash bills are made. It's Mashville, Mash Vegas. Sorry, I think I missed a little bit of a conversation. But anyway, let me take a sip of water real quick as well. I've been kind of parched today. I'd love to come down to Nashville soon, Adam. We're actually kind of trying to figure that out, and I will keep you posted on those things. Also wearing this is my bourbon drinking shirt. Bourbonshop.threadless.com if you want to purchase your own. Would I recommend this or Maker's Barrel Proof? I think this is a better stair step kind of pour for somebody who's working their way through different bourbons. I think that Maker's Barrel Proof might be a little bit too much, might be a little bit out of their wheelhouse, but I could see that being a good one. So, I don't know. Oh, a larceny barrel pick. I want some of that. Give me some of that. Larceny is another good one too. But yeah, Adam, yes, we are still coming to Southern Whiskey. Tickets are going on sale soon, so I need to get in on that. But yes, I will be there for Southern Whiskey Society, along with Lucy, along with Dustin, maybe somebody else. Not sure yet. Hey, this was a fresh crack, by the way. Oh, Louis going to be there too. Oh, well, Adam, you should definitely come to Southern Whiskey Society then. Jason, that's really cool though. Was it for the Louisville or the what is it, whatever it is, the Bourbon Classic or yeah, something like that? Is that what that was for? But anyway, oh, Big Pizza's trying Scotch. Try that Scotch, Chris. But anyway, fresh crack on this. I'm getting a little bit more ethanol in the nose than I normally do, but I will say this is kind of reminiscent of those old bottles of Weller 107 before they redesigned it and the hype train took off too. Uh, Big Feats, what are you talking about? Joseph. I mean, there is nothing wrong with this pour. Don't get me wrong. That is very delicious. Oh, love me some Weller 107. I haven't had just the standard in a while. I've had I've had some store picks that I've been kind of working my way through. And they've all been really good. But this is just the standard offering and it's just nice. Joseph said he's smoking. Oh, yes. We finally got deck furniture here. So I'm going to be breaking out my cigars here soon. My humidor's over there, which you can't really see right now. But yes, Adam, I loved that 107 pick. This is such a strange shift from the Elijah Craig to this 107 in that it doesn't quite seem to have all of the body that the Elijah Craig did, which I know sounds weird because it's supposed to be, it's higher proof, so it's going to have more too, or you would expect it to have more. But those baking spices, there's a little bit of clove in there too. Sweetness and vanilla. But I mean, overall, I think that the nose on the Elijah Craig was a little bit better. It's just me. Who's to say? Eric, I could see that. I could totally see that. There might be a little bit of maybe like a dill flavor in there too. Am I crazy for saying that? Am I crazy for saying dill? I don't know. Whatever. An OWA 117. Tickle me. That's funny. Funky wheat. I like that. I like that. Yeah, I've not heard anything about the 117 or the 114. I have no idea, honestly. Brian, I'm really not that much of a cigar smoker, but I do love them from time to time. And Dustin and I are going to an event next month, actually in a couple of weeks here. And we're going to be smoking cigars there. So I'll say that much. I'm going to come home smelling like an ashtray. Maybe I just got a bad bottle here, Jason. Yeah, this is opening up in a weird way. Don't know why. Don't know why. Hey, Dave. How are you, man? Hope you're doing well. Is it a local joint? Is what a local joint? I apologize. I got lost. Anybody know what type of wheat is used in Weller products? Oh, the cigar event. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's in it's at the Beaumont Inn. It's for the podcast. And I mean we can bring cigars and everything. But yeah. Typical green apple. Interesting. Hey, Dad's here. Hello, Dad. Joe, Dad has one of those as well too. Papa Ritter. Everybody's saying hey to Papa Ritter. See, I liked that. I liked that, Chris. I know you didn't mean to do that, but that was kind of funny, actually. Creaky Squad's in the house. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not the best bottle I've ever had of 107. I'll say that much, but it is delicious. I love everybody saying hi to Dad. I think it's so cool. This is just such a great, fun little community we have. Mm. So as I was compiling this list and figuring out what it was that I was going to drink tonight, I was thinking as well, what's maybe you like that proof. Maybe you like that 107 proof. But maybe you wanted something that's a little bit darker. You wanted something that wasn't so sweet. So I figured Baker's, because same proof. It's got an age statement on it now. Or not now. It does, unlike Weller does anymore. But yeah, I like Baker's quite a bit. And I think that, it's a good introduction to the fuller profile that you're going to get from these small batch collection from Jim Beam. And this is kind of the, I'm not ready for barrel proof. I'm not ready for Booker's just yet. So what do we always call it? We call it Baby Booker's or Booker's Junior or Booker's 107 or whatever. But I think that it's a good way to train your palate for something hotter, to expand what you have tried. And then, it helps you move on. It's kind of another stair step. It's a stair step into barrel proof bourbons. I bet a Baker's Old Fashioned would be amazing. Bit of a tongue punch up front. Yeah, and the price is going to be a little bit more as well than either of the two that I've picked out. So this is going to be, not just a commitment in terms of expanding your palate, but it's going to be a commitment in terms of expanding how much you wind up paying for bourbons. And so, oh man, that nose. I feel like the Wilderness Trail lineup, Swan said, will be good intermediate bourbons to recommend. I think that's a good point. I think that's a really good point. Yeah. Yeah. That is a lot of bourbon, champ. You got yourself a Perry pour. Best thing is, who's gone and looked it up on Urban Dictionary, by the way? Have you gone and found Perry pour on the Urban Dictionary? Because it's freaking hilarious. I every time I think about it, every time I talk about it, I just giggle. I just think it's hysterical. Yes, Dad, you do need to pick up a bottle of Baker's. Yes. How is the new riff, by the way? Very good. It's fantastic. Yeah, I the rye is amazing. The all the into I think Jason said this. Champs. Spinning circle of death. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, okay. Back. All right. Whew. Freaked out for a second. You guys had me really worried. Um some internet issues. Yeah, I guess so. I'm sorry. Maybe I can Tilly's might be sitting on the router again. You never know. I'll turn my Wi-Fi off. Maybe that will help a little bit. Okay, everybody's good. Yes, Monica, Lucy is watching the Hulu right now. So, what I was saying before I cut out, and hopefully I can get it out this time, is that this is kind of for me what I go for when I want the kind of Booker's profile, but maybe I'm not feeling like a barrel proof that night. And I think that, people will come around to this in their stair step through bourbon. But I had a hard time coming around to this one. I did. But is she watching the Masked Singer finale? No, she is not. She's watching Real Housewives. Oh man. Good HQ tonight. But anyway, it's a great pour. I think that it's kind of overlooked. It was for me for a long time, and I finally came back around to it, and I finally really liked it. So it is an overlooked beam. I think that is absolutely true. Steven said, I forget who said it on this podcast, but the Umbrella Academy is solid, but I totally laughed at the lighting because it's not good. Swan said that. I have not watched it yet. I will watch it soon. So, yeah. Pinky's out, by the way, apparently. Man, good stuff. Good stuff right there. I'm not quite done with that one yet, so but I'm gonna let it sit for a little while so that I can, continue the continue the journey. So next up, and this is for people who may have liked Turkey 101, and what did it say? Oh, interesting. No, I love Booker's. I think it's fantastic, but Baker's is really good too when you need something to reach for that's not barrel proof. So anyway, so this was for people who maybe liked Wild Turkey 101, 81, whatever, and wanted somewhere else to go with it. So I figured, why not go with Russell Single Barrel? And again, yeah, I know, Chris. I know. But again, it's going to be a little bit higher in price. This is about $55. A little bit higher in proof, 110. But if you're willing to take the time with it, if you're willing to commit to it, it's going to be really rewarding for you in your drinking experience. I'm really trying to hold off on the Perry pours tonight. I'm being very deliberate in what I'm pouring. Brandon said, found a bottle of Rare Breed with the laser coat I recommended. Awesome. Well done. But yeah, this is Old Label Russell's. This is actually a single barrel pick from OBC or BHG, rather. Same people who own OBC and Malone's. But yeah, Brandon, I do hope that you enjoy that. I think that it would. I love that pour. I have my own bottle. Adam Terry actually found me a bottle. So there you go. Hey, Rare Breed's great too, Dad. Not bad at all. Is that because of the JOB? Potentially. Like the Old Label look better. I go back and forth. I think if they had kept this basic design but took the color scheme from the new one, it would have been a home run. I mean, absolutely. New one's fine. I think the new one is fine. But whatever. Adam, we will definitely make sure that happens. Yeah, I do need to be careful. Love how I keep switching glasses. I'm just trying different stuff, How many do I have? This is glass 4. So I don't know why I'm switching glasses. I could have just stuck with 1 or 2. Sorry. You love how that label says small batch and single barrel. Does it really? Oh, it does. That's obnoxious. I've never noticed that before. Thanks for pointing that out, Adam. Now I'm not going to really be annoyed by it. Jason, I love the new Knob Creek label. I think it's gorgeous. I really, really do. I think they really knocked it out of the park with that one. New Kentucky Spirit bottles, bleh. I like it. I do. I honestly like it. I think it's not amazing, but it's more in line with, I guess, my design style. So I couldn't help but kind of like it a little bit. I don't know. I can't unsee it. Yes. Perry 4. That's all right, Matt. I'm just happy you're here. You're here. Needs to be killed via chug. Knob Creek would be gorgeous to me. What? What? What does that mean? I'm sure they will, Swan. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. Well, I mean, that's fair, Joseph. I mean, I think the old label was cool, but I don't think that it was very functional, if that makes sense. Like it stood out, but it's so hard to work around. So hard to put in a cabinet or, on a shelf somewhere. And like we said on the show this week, apparently the bottlenecks were breaking. So they had to do something different. And I think that they made a good choice by sticking with something that they know was going to hold up. So anyway. All right, Dad's heading out. Bye, Dad. Love you, Dad. Quiz time. Who has the best label design in 2019? Ooh. New Riff, yeah, I think is up there. I think the new Knob Creek is an amazing label. Oh, man. What do I got in here that looks really good? Um, I like the vintage look of the early times label. I think that's really nice. But yeah, they did just kind of relabel the rare breed bottle. But you know what? I think New Riff really is doing some awesome stuff with their label, with their overall bottle design. But Jason, it was either Bourbon Pursuit or Dad's drinking bourbon. I can't remember. Do you guys want to see what the that New Riff pick, the Patrick Star, looks like? Because I've got it right here, actually, within reach for Monica. See, Patrick's Star. There was a whole bit that I cut out of this week's episode too, which I might put on Patreon, um, where I was doing the Patrick Star voice, and it was funny. Um, it doesn't matter. I'll put it up on Patreon. You'll hear it. Do I have another one of those? No, I do not, unfortunately. I only bought one when it came out. But Ernie's does have another new riff pick that came out this week. So might be getting that too. It was apparently a short barrel. So who's to say? Clifton, I think Patrick would be more of a beer drinker. I think Squidward would be. Why am I having this conversation? Squidward would be a Scotch drinker. I don't know why. I can't believe I'm doing this. All right, Joe. Sounds good, buddy. Ooh, a Nashville themed sticker. That's awesome. Oh, Sandy is definitely a bourbon drinker. Yeah. I missed Brandon's question. I'm sorry. Thank you for answering that, Sean. Swan. Ooh, broke the veil. Gin all day? Who's to say is greasy? It's extremely greasy. He doesn't play the sax, he plays the clarinet. Come on, man. It's turned from a weird conversation of me talking about how you should move on in your bourbon journey to me talking about who drinks what on SpongeBob. It's a very odd conversation. But I'm glad that Monica's enjoying it at the very least. Plankton's a Scotch drinker? Okay. Okay. All right. I see that. Okay. So I could get on board with Squidward being a gin drinker and then Plankton being Scotch drinker. What's SpongeBob drink? SpongeBob drinks, I bet he's a margarita guy. I bet he strictly drinks margaritas. Yeah. Melicorn. This is awesome. This is ridiculous. I can't believe this conversation is even happening right now. But you guys are awesome. Melicorn and Twinkies. There you go. I didn't even talk about this Russell's. It's really good. I mean, like I said, if you really like the turkey profile, but you wanted it to be a little bit sweeter and not so spicy, I think this is kind of where it memes in Patreon. Yes, Patreon memes will happen. Chris, sounds good, buddy. Happy birthday to your mom. Hope that she has a great day. Yes, Matt, I'm sure the sound will be better when you get home. But hold on. Just readjusting here a little bit. But anyway. Yeah, I think that the Russell single barrels are a little bit sweeter than your typical turkey is. So, it again, higher proof, a little bit more expensive. So you're gonna have that opportunity to try something that may be a little bit out of your wheelhouse, but it's still really good. So Who's to say? Is that true with all of the Russell single barrels? I don't know for sure. It's kind of been my experience with it, but again, who's to say? Yeah, I did just do that hair flip. Can't believe I did that. Wow. SpongeBob drinks milkshakes. Much more mellow than Kentucky Spirit. I'm switching it up with. Yeah. Totally depends on the age and Rickhouse. Yes. And yes, he would tell you so. Rarebird 101 would. So I went for what is the last pour on this little journey that we went on together. I went with something single barrel better than Russell's 10. I would think so. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. So anyway, last pour on this little journey. I went with something that's not necessarily what you would have expected. But I think that's kind of the joy in it. Is that at some point you're going to look and you're going to go, well, let's try something different. And this is about as different as it gets in terms of, you know, if you're a bourbon drinker, you're wanting to try something else. So this is Willet 3-year rye. And I think that this is rather one of the more approachable ryes when you're trying to get into that world. And, again, I hate to keep going with the stuff that might be a little bit more expensive, but I just think that this is such a good way for you to move on into something else. Just now for something completely different. 55 for 3-year Willet Rye. I didn't realize it was that expensive. Is the 4-year still going for 55? Somebody let me know. Adam's already posting on the on the Patreon. So wow, it's only a 51%. Wait, no. Hold on. Does anybody know the Willet mash bill? Does anybody the rye at least? I'm sorry. I'm seeing a couple different things. I think it's 51% rye for the actual rye whiskey. Yeah, it is 51%. Yeah. Didn't know if anybody knew that. I'm happy to find that out. So again, my point stands if you're wanting to get into ryes. At 51%, you're having something that's not so far off from bourbon that you're going to be able to kind of take a not necessarily dive. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Didn't do this. Oh, sorry. You're not taking a dive necessarily into the deep end of rye. You're kind of wading your way in through the shallow end, and you're finding out whether or not you like it. And at a low rye mash bill, you're gonna be able to enjoy it without going so far out of your comfort zone. It's really good on the nose. It doesn't quite have that. Adam Terry, you're killing me, man. You're killing me. I haven't seen it yet, but I know it's going to be freaking hilarious. I'm just going to say that much. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a rye. Thank you, Swan. Appreciate you, buddy. and Eric. Thank you as well. Yeah, it has kind of a more bourbon mash bill smell to it than most ryes do. But some of the mintiness that's coming through that would typically come through from a rye is still there. But oh, great, Steven's home now. If I had the new Old Forester rye, yeah, I got a whole live stream on it. I freaking love it, man. It's fantastic. I'm on my second bottle. And I mean, I would it very well could be my new daily drinker. Very well could be. I don't know. We'll find out. What did we say? With that 107 proof should be your next rye pick sticker. What did I miss? Sorry. Yes, now Stephen can drink along with us. Hey, Patreon folks. How's about doing a Google Hangouts next week? Or maybe in the next couple of days. How's that sound? We'll talk about it. I'll put it back up on the page tonight or tomorrow, and we'll figure it out. Clifton's in. Google Hangout, yes. If you can dodge a wrench, you can drink a rye. Joseph, we'll help you out, buddy. Don't worry. Well, Brandon, then you're going to be on board for the Google Hangout. I think it's going to happen. I think it's definitely going to happen. Any day but this Saturday. Okay. That would mean either tomorrow or next week. So we'll figure it out. Let me think a little bit on it too. The Sunday's Bottle and Bond Day? Really? Huh. I did not know that. Well, I wish that I had done something more in line with Bottle and Bond Day. I bet that means Chad and Sarah's live stream is going to be all Bottle and Bonds then. Man, that's a good rye. Again, not super high in its mash bill, but super high rye in its mash bill, excuse me. But it's still very good. It's very approachable. I really quite enjoy it. So, yeah. So the point again in throwing this into the mix is that it's approachable for somebody who may be a bourbon drinker. But then also, sorry. But also is, approachable for people who want to get into rye. So, yeah. Anyway, I think it's good. What's you guys, Joseph? Sorry I missed it. Tuesday for Monica's birthday. Holy crap. Well, I will tell you that next Thursday, we're going to have two very special guests on the show, on the live stream. One of them is in the chat right now. The other one is not. But both of them were on this week's episode. And there's a reason why they're both going to be on next week. So that will be to come. So anyway, more on that later. I do believe. Swan, I saw your text. I'm going to talk to you about that a little bit as well. Oh man, I still got a little bit of time to kill here. What was this? Was this the Bakers? Yeah, that was the Bakers. Let's do a little teeny tiny blend of the Willett Family Estate rye and the Bakers. Hi, Berlioz. He's meowing outside the door. What can I reach? I mean, I could totally reach this New Riff single barrel, but I just had it on the show this week. How many batches of Forgiven were there? I do not know. That's a good question. Perry Forgiven. You want to see the mouse? The mouse is downstairs. He's not big enough to jump up the stairs yet, which is hilarious. But hey, that's not a bad little blend. Sorry, Christian. Nah, maybe not a very good blend. Ugh. Nah, it tastes like tastes kind of watermelon-y. Kind of like Flintstones vitamins. You know what I'm talking about? That real chalky grossness. There is a Blanton's Gold up there, but it is all the way up there, Adam. So that will not be consumed tonight. But Berlioz wants me to go outside so badly. It's so cute. He's turned into my little buddy. It's so funny. Oh, you know what I could do? This is in 06? Yeah, this is my 06 turkey. So I'll do that. Why not? Just kind of wrap things up. Chalk for days. I'll do a little bit. I'm not going to do a whole lot of it. I'll tell you though, looking forward to sleeping. Say that. Age stated Jim Beam Black. It's on the floor too. Oh wait, no. Oh wait, no. It's in the cabinet. You guys are throwing me off. I'm just gonna go for this 06 turkey. Is that okay? Poor little Berlioz. He's being so cute. I'm not making up excuses. All I want to do is drink my 06 turkey. Why is that such a... I don't want to have to make excuses about my turkey. It's my turkey. I know, buddy. I'll be out in a second. I promise. I know. He keeps talking back to me. Gosh, it's such a shame that I have to drink this 06 turkey. What a shame. What a shame it is. I can't let him in. The door's too far away. I'd have to get up. All you would see would be the background, and I wouldn't have... It's okay. I'll take care of him in a little bit. He's probably hungry too. He might be hungry. So, Monica, no, aren't you going to be in Kentucky soon? You want to see the kitty? You guys are killing me. Brandon wants a sample of the old 06 turkey. I know Chad always gets up at least once, but I'm not Chad. And I also don't have a co-host to kill time with. So, more turkey verticals. We will have more turkey verticals. That will happen. Especially since I just got the 07 and the 10. And I've got this 06. And I've got 14. And there's plenty of turkey verticals to happen. I got samples y'all don't even know about from turkey. I mean, some of you do, but yeah. The Willet Bottle is my co-host. Yes, everybody say hello to the Willet Bottle. Okay, so Monica, you're coming to Kentucky soon. We will chat about that. Oh, Clifton, your cat likes me. Joseph, that would be so funny. She would not be happy about that. I am not the sample god. You are correct. That title definitely goes to Dustin. Um, oh, Brandon, I would love to come to California. I've always wanted to go to California. We'll have Clifton come down and see us too. Um, I do get up during the hangouts. Lucy does love Chex Mix. Clifton, or excuse me, Adam, I kind of forgot about that. And Joseph, Lucy will be talking cooking soon when Chef to Table comes out. Next couple of months. You guys need to be on the lookout for that. Chef to Table is going to be an awesome show, and I cannot wait for it. So, yeah. Dustin was here earlier. I guess he did fall asleep. I don't know what happened to Dustin. It's okay, though. It happens. If he passed out, he passed out. It's all good. It's all good. All right. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here, y'all. So happy that you guys were able to be here tonight. This has been a really fun live stream. I've had a good time. I don't know. I've been kind of high energy tonight, which has been nice as well. I think I'm finally starting to feel back to my normal self. Brian said, join Patreon for all the fun. Yes, you should. Patreon.com/MyBourbonPodcast. For as little as $1 a month, you can help the show out. It's a big thing to help me out. Sorry. Follow us on social media at MyBourbonPod. I know you guys already pretty much do that, but yeah, tell your friends to get more people out there. Retweet stuff. When you retweet stuff, that really helps a lot. It really, really does. Gosh, let's see what else. As I said earlier, bourbonshop.threadless.com for apparel and merch, much like this is my bourbon drinking shirt. Yeah, which is very specifically branded to this My Bourbon Podcast. 5-star rate and review on iTunes. Please. Somebody left a very great review on iTunes the other day, and I really do appreciate that. Like, share, comment, subscribe here on YouTube. Please, that helps me out so much. We're trying to get more people on here. So yeah, there was some weak sauce in there too. They run both big and small. Yes. Let's see what else. I already said Patreon. Oh, there are 8 tickets left. To this this My Bourbon Podcast's first live show. So you definitely need to get in on that before April 6th, which is when Monica's coming up. I'm a freaking moron. I'm an idiot. So, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. 8 tickets left. Everybody be there. So, I think that about does it. They run big or small. Oh, sorry. They run a little small. I would get a size up. My apologies, Joseph. Yeah. I'm so happy. There is a meetup on the 5th. It's going to be in Louisville as well. More about that very, very soon. Probably next week, but we'll get there when the time comes. So that does it for me. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight. See you next week for the next episode. See you next week for the next live stream, which will feature somebody who's special and gonna have a special day coming up. Can't wait for it. I will see you all next week. But until then, I'm Perry, and this is My Bourbon Podcast live stream. Bye, you guys.